Hi guys, welcome to my channel. In today's video I will be doing makeup and talking to you guys how I got pregnant. So basically, okay? So I already did my eyebrows. I did my concealer at the top of my eyes, and after I will be transitioning it with this shade called Epic. This palette. But yes guys, so I remember I was 16 and I was in high school, a sophomore, 10th grader. Like the scariest thing in my life that has ever happened to me. Like, I never take naps. Like, who takes naps when they're, I don't know. I never took naps, at least. Ever since I got pregnant, I started taking naps. Like, it was insane. Like, I was like, I am so tired. And it would not only be for 1 hour. It would be for like a good 3 hours of sleep. You know, my mom just thought I was pretty tired. That didn't even go through my head like, oh, what if I'm pregnant? My mom would always be like, why are you sleeping so much? I'm like, I don't know, I'm tired. I sleep late. And I was like, I'm just tired. Like, you know, like, I don't know. School is just has me. I wasn't really thinking straight until I ate food. I believe I was like a month and a half pregnant, and I started to throw up my food. Every single time I ate food, I would throw it up. And I would be like, this is like not okay. Like, what is going on with me? So I thought, and I was like, I don't know, maybe the food, algo me hizo daño. And my mom would see every time I would eat something, I would throw it up. And keep in mind, my dad was not home all the time. He would be working morning and night, so he really wouldn't see me. And I remember my mom telling my dad, Daisy's throwing up a lot. Like, I don't know what's going on with her. Maybe like she ate something and it's not smoothing her stomach. It's not making her feel great. Try my best to hold my throw up so I wouldn't throw up, because I was like, this is not normal. Like, I'm not supposed to be throwing up. Sorry guys, I had to stop because I'm like sleeping. My daughter is like sleeping. And I was like, this is not okay. Like, I'm not supposed to be throwing up. First of all, like, why is it like giving me like nauseous? Like I feel disgusted every time I eat something, and it was just gross. I was like, ooh. My mom would cook something, I'd be like, that smells so bad. Like, so bad. Then I remember telling Christian about it, which wasn't that time. He was my boyfriend. I was like, I'm throwing up. Like, I don't feel good. And I'm sleeping a lot, but like, I don't understand. He was like, you don't think you're pregnant? I was like, no, I'm not pregnant. Like, I don't think I am. I hope you're not pregnant. Like, really, like, I hope you really aren't, because that's crazy. Like, we're so young. And I was like, yeah, like, it's crazy. I don't think we are. Maybe a week and a half passed, and I would tell Christian, because he would ride my bus. So I would go with him to school, and so I would ride with him. And I remember telling him, babe, my skirt doesn't fit me. Like, I don't know why, but the skirt always never fit me, as in like to the point where I was like skinny and it would kind of go loose. I was like, this time the skirt is fitting me like a little tight now, like for my stomach. And he's like, don't tell me that. I was like, yeah, I'm so serious. Like, I don't know what's going on. And then he's like, don't tell me you have a little monkey in there. I was like, no, stop. And then we were like thinking about it. We're like, wait, what if I am pregnant? Like, that's bad. So I remember clearly that day he was like, we need to get your pregnancy test. I was like, I don't want to know. I don't want to know. And he was like, yeah, you need to get a pregnancy test. I remember told some of my friends that I like, what if I'm pregnant, my stomach hurts, I've been throwing up, like is this types of like nauseous, like is this type of symptoms that I could be pregnant? And she's like, to be honest, Daisy, yes. I was like, are you sure? I was like, no way. And then they would be like, yeah, Daisy, like why are you feeling like that? That's not normal. I was like, well, yeah, I know that's true, but like I don't want to be pregnant. Like I don't think I'm pregnant. And then they would be like, one of my friends named Cindy, she said, Daisy, I think I can do something for you. I'm gonna get you a pregnancy test. And I was like, okay, that's fine. Like I was like, okay, fine. And then the next day she comes in with a pregnancy test. I was like, oh my goodness, this is so real, like so real. Okay, let me stop. So I will be using this right here. She brought it to me like, so she was really not playing. She came in with that pregnancy test and I was like, I don't even want to take that. Like that's not like, I don't even want to take that pregnancy test. And then she's like, just go in the restroom. I remember it was my friend Cindy, Melcy, Jessica, I believe that was it, and with Christian obviously. So I went to the restroom of school. I took the pregnancy test. I came out and I was like, oh guys, I'm not pregnant. And one of my friends, she was like, Daisy, let me see it. And I was like, here. And she's like, Daisy, you are pregnant. I was like, no way. Like in my head I was like, how do you know I'm pregnant? Like I'm not pregnant. Like doesn't show the other line, like, you know, when there's two lines. I was like, it doesn't show the other line. The other line shows, but it's not like really visible like that. She's like, even if it's not really visible and the line is still there, you're pregnant. I was like, what? No, I'm not. I was like, stop playing with me. Like stop playing with me. Like this is not true. Like you have no idea. Like my dad and my mom, they're gonna kill me. Like not literally, but I was like, dang, like this is not okay. Like I hope this is not true. Like I don't think I am. Like, you know, I kept telling myself like I don't think I'm pregnant. Like I think she just doesn't know. I was like, oh my goodness, no, this is a nightmare. This is a nightmare. And I remember that day I got out of school after, I was like, I don't even want to go home. Like every time my mom serves me food, like I'm gonna want to be throwing it up. And so I came back from school. I didn't even want to be downstairs with my mom. I didn't even know how to look at her in the eyes. I was like, no. And my mom had told me that day, Daisy, we're gonna take you to the doctor, I think tomorrow. I was like, for what? And she's like, because I want to know what's wrong with you. Like maybe you have something in your stomach, maybe you have like a stomach virus or something. And I was like, okay, fine, like it's fine. But I was like, okay, it's fine. I'm gonna let the doctors tell them that I probably am pregnant. So I was like, I don't even want to tell her anything. Like I'm so freaking out right now. She took me to the doctor. I remember we were with this neighbor, and that neighbor said she would come with us. I think we were gonna take her somewhere to buy something, so she was willing to come with us. She had a daughter and she went through that with her too. Like she experienced her pregnancy at an early age. And I was like thinking, maybe it's not that bad of an idea taking her with us, because if my mom ever knows, like that lady is gonna call my mom down, because like she already knows, like she already went through it. And I was like so thankful that that lady came along with us. I remember clearly before, we were gonna go to the doctor, and tell me why the doctor was packed that day. It was insane packed. And I was like, oh my goodness, like, I do not want to wait here all day. And my plan basically didn't come out as I wanted it to, as in like the doctors telling my mom that I could have possibly been pregnant. And so basically I remember that my mom and us and the lady, we went out to get something to eat. We were hungry and we're like, let's just leave, we'll probably come here another day to the doctor. And I was like, okay. So we left and we were about to eat. So I remember clearly we went to Plaza Fiesta and we went out to go eat something. And I'm gonna use this purple as well. So I remember we went out to eat at Plaza Fiesta, right? When we went, I remember I had told one of my cousins that I was pregnant. That I thought like I could possibly be. I never said I was, but I remember I said I could possibly be pregnant. And she was the only one I could count on as like trusting. And it went wrong at the end of the day, because I remember clearly we were eating and my mom receives a phone call and it's my dad. And my dad tells my mom, hey, like I just got a phone call. And keep in mind, I was right next to my mom. The phone was loud, like not on speaker, but I can hear. And we were grabbing our food. We were ready to eat because I was starving. My dad tells my mom, I just received a call from one of my sisters, which is my dad's sisters, telling me not to be dumb, that your daughter's pregnant. And I was like, whoa. I was like in my head, dang it, they're gonna find out right now. And my, what's it called? My mom was like, how do you know this? She's like, she told me, she called me and said, and I told her that y'all were at the doctor, going to the doctor. And then she told me, don't be dumb, your daughter's pregnant. And my dad's like, talk to her and tell her like if she ever did something, to tell you the truth, to talk to you with honesty, because at this point we want to know what's wrong with her. Ooh, when he told me that, I wanted to like fly out. I wanted to disappear from that restaurant. So bad. I was like, oh my goodness. And now my mom, I was like, I don't even want my mom to hang up the phone. No. So basically she hung up the phone. Then she hung up the phone and we were ready to like we were ready to get our food and sit down. Before I put the food in the thing, I had it in my hand, and she said, Daisy, did you ever do anything with Christian? Like, metiste las patas? I was like, no. Like, this is how bad I kept saying no. Like, it was that bad. Like, that's how scared I was. Like, my hands were sweating. I was like all types of weight. I felt so weird, her telling me that. And she's like, Daisy, tell me the truth. Like, I won't get mad at you. You know when moms say that, what happens? They slap you. They hit you, or they hit you with a chancla or something. And I remember I told my mom, like, I kept saying no to her. She kept telling me and insisting me. And I was like, no, like, I haven't. And then looking her straight in the eyes, and I said this. After I did that, my mom slapped me in the face. Well, no, I don't think she did. Yeah, she did. She did slap me, I think. I don't know what happened, but I really think she did slap me a little bit. Like, and she started like saying all these things, and she was like, Daisy, like, what did you do? Like, what are you thinking? Like, what did you think? Like, you were not thinking straight. My mom was like, how are we gonna tell your dad now? Like, your dad's gonna be so upset with you. And my dad, like, me and my dad were so close. Like, you have no idea how close we were. We were like glue together. And oh my god, I don't even want to cry. Like, I'll do my makeup. My mom was like, Daisy, your dad's gonna like be so disappointed on you. Like, you're pregnant, you know that, right? I was like, how do you know I'm pregnant? Like, we haven't even done a pregnancy test. He's like, don't worry, we're gonna go get one right now. I remember that lady was right there with us. She tried calming my mom down. My mom kind of she calmed a little bit more down with that lady. I was so thankful that lady came with us. It really felt like a big carry on her because she had to tell my dad, obviously, you know. She was the one that had to tell my dad. We got to the Kroger and we bought a pregnancy test. And then after that, we went home. I took the pregnancy test and it came out positive. Like, those lines were strictly there, like pure there. Like, you could see them. My mom, she's like, yeah, you chose that life. Like, tú escogiste esa vida. Like, I gave you so much advice, and if you didn't like listen to it, like, that's not my problem anymore. Now you're just gonna have to talk to your dad and see what your dad says. I was like, oh, I put this one, by the way, you guys. My dad, me and him would always play around. We were like best friends, to be honest. My dad, every single time I wanted something, like, not every single time, right? Because I was being spoiled, and obviously my dad didn't he didn't want to spoil me ever in life. He gave me what I always wanted the most all the time, mostly. But when he couldn't, he couldn't. And that's just how it is. Like, you just kind of have to, like, you know, go with it and be understanding, right? So I remember, like, my dad, he would do anything for me, like anything that was best for me. And I had my sister. She was like little girl. She was like around 9, I think. And but obviously she wasn't older a little bit yet and didn't really understand a lot of stuff. So my dad would always come to me for everything, like talking to me and everything. So my mom was like, just think what you're gonna tell your dad, because when your dad comes, like, I don't know. I was like, I'm gonna call him and I'm gonna tell him right now that we already took a pregnancy test and you are pregnant. My cousin had told my aunt, and my aunt told my dad, basically, like, don't be dumb, your daughter's pregnant. That's where it all came from, because I had told my cousin. After that happened, I'm gonna call the lady, Christian's mom. Ooh, this is gonna be bad. She was like, yeah, I'm gonna call her and I'm gonna see, like, what we can do, because now we gotta think like a family. And I remember going into my room and just sleeping all day. Like, didn't even want to think about anything. I had woken up because I was a little bit like inquieta, like I wasn't comfortable because of the whole situation. And my mom started talking to Christian's mom. The mom was like, yeah, I already know, like, I'm gonna talk to him. And she was so upset, like, she was really upset as well. My dad comes in like around 10:30 at night or 11. I remember the next day I was gonna go to school and I had to stay up because of my dad, because I couldn't go to sleep and I had to stay up. I hear the car. I hear someone coming. I was like, oh my goodness. Like, I remember he comes in and I'm just like sitting down, like so serious. He spoke to me first. He told me, Daisy, I trusted you with everything, so you can pay me off like this. I'm sorry. And then he said, so much advice I gave you and you didn't take it. And I just kept listening, like I didn't say anything. He said, now that makes me think, at the end of the day, I was not a good father because of what you did. And I started crying so much when he said that. He said, well, you chose this life now you gotta learn to get up from it. Like, you gotta learn to just keep moving on in life. He said like basically that half of his heart was like broken, and that really got to me. He couldn't believe that coming from me, and I told him I'm sorry. He said that he was like, I'm just telling you that you really, really broke my heart. And I just didn't know what to say after that. Oh gosh. When he said that, it's like it was over with. Like, I couldn't anymore. And then after that day he spoke to me like of everything. After he spoke to me, like, he left to his room and I was just in the living room. Oh, and then he told me, I'm here and I just want you to call Christian, the guy, and I want you to call the mom, because they lived upstairs from me. They were right upstairs from me, so my dad already knew that. And he's like, I want to talk to the family and I want to talk to Christian and I want to make sure that he's gonna take care of you. I was like okay. So I remember calling Christian, and my mom called the mom, told her that we all wanted to talk as a family, if she can come downstairs, because we lived in the apartments. It's not that she lived upstairs from the house. We didn't live in the same house. It was some apartments and she lived upstairs from me. And so she comes downstairs and we're all talking to each other late at night. Like, it was super late. I think we ended up staying up all day talking about the situations till 3 a.m. My dad talked to the lady. She said Daisy's gonna have to get married and she's gonna have to go live with you guys. After he said that, I was like, oh my god, like, I don't want to live away from my parents. Like, I don't want that. He said, yeah, because I don't want you here. I want you to be over there with your husband and for him to take care of you, because I'm not going to take care of you. I was so like sad. Like, to be honest, it felt like my world was ending. Like, at that point I wasn't thinking straight anymore. I was like, Christian doesn't even have a job. Like, how is this gonna happen? The lady told them that they were gonna help us, like, that they were gonna support us and help us when we needed something. Like they would help us and they won't even charge us for rent a lot. And so basically they made it kind of work. They're like, when Christian starts working good, then that's when you can just start charging them more. But this moment, like, we need your help. And she said, yeah, like, she was good. She was down with it. And I got married from church. And then after that, I think I stayed still a whole week with my parents after that whole thing, because I wasn't married with him yet. We were planning the wedding. And that wedding was super fast, like, super sad and everything. Like, the worst wedding ever, to be honest with you guys, because everybody started crying. Everybody was sad, like, of course, right? Because I was young and I was getting married, like, at that age, and nobody had ever went through that as like a family member. And for them to go through that day, it was like insane. So I got married. After I got married, I went to go live with him, and it was different. Everything was really different. My dad didn't talk to me good for a whole year. Like, he would talk to me, but it would not be the same as like how we would be so close with each other. He would not talk to me. And I felt some type of way, like, of course, I didn't like that. And I was like, I know one day he's gonna get over it, but when is that day gonna come? Because he's not talking to me, right? And it was about to be like almost a year that my dad did not talk to me good, as in like, hey, like, you know, really close like that. So I felt that. and that really got to me. Every night I could not go to sleep. Christian got a job at McDonald's. Every single night I would cry for my parents because I did not have them close to me and they were just downstairs. But that's how crazy it was. Like, I missed my sister. I would sleep with my sister and she would always like scratch my back and I would always scratch hers. So basically, like, that really hurt both of us. The fact that we were not together anymore, you know, sleeping. It really got me and her. And I remember my sister was really sad. She was really sad. There was days she couldn't sleep either. I couldn't sleep. I was upstairs and I remember I would tell Christian, babe, I can't sleep. I want to cry. It would be 5 in the morning, 3 in the morning. And he would like, babe, just go to sleep. Babe, I'm tired and I need to wake up at 5 in the morning because he would work at McDonald's. And I was like, okay. But I was so crying. Like, it was bad. It was just me crying by myself. Nobody could hear me. Like, I would tell my mom and I would text her because I would be like, mommy, like, I can't go to sleep. I remember one night I literally had to get up and leave to go to sleep over there downstairs. Like, it was getting really bad and I was like, I can't be like this a lot because I'm pregnant and it's gonna be really bad for my baby. So I cried. It was a whole lot of emotions coming. I was like, dang, I can't believe I did this. I am so young. I'm only 16. But that was part of my story, you guys. I wanted to share with you guys since I know I don't really talk much about my life here. And that's something I kind of wanted to bring up to you guys. I do have my son, which was my first baby boy. Then after that I got pregnant again 3 years later. And it was a girl. If anything, like, I went through so much, but they have been like great for me. Like, God knows what he does, when, how, where, like, he knows everything. Just so for everybody that is in this situation right now, like, I just want you guys to know that God is with you guys. At the end of the day, it's not the baby's fault. It's ours for doing things that we were not supposed to be doing. So I highly suggest that you keep the baby. It's such a blessing God has given you, and don't be afraid that even though that in that time, if you're afraid, like, you will overcome it. And at the end of the day, the baby's a blessing for your life and you just don't know it. Like, sometimes you're like, yeah, but it's not the perfect time. It's not your perfect time. Keep that in mind. But it's God's perfect time. So basically, if God put you a baby in your life, like, because he knows what he's gonna do, and if he puts it, is because at the end of the day, it's gonna be something good for you, you know. So just don't be afraid to face your fears. Sometimes a lot of us go through that. We go through upset moments, we go through hard moments, we go through all these types of emotions. But at the end of the day, it's gonna get us somewhere, you know? Well, I need to put my lashes on. I will be right back. Okay guys, this is my final look with my lashes. And now I'm gonna put this from MAC, the taupe one. Okay guys, this is my final look. That's it. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Don't forget to get notified when I upload a video, and see you guys on my next video. Bye.